Afternoon, Year 2 children. Come outside to Forest School to enjoy the sunshine after doing our assembly in school. The 6 children who are there, and hopefully quite a few more on YouTube. Going to keep on reading Slime by David Walliams. You remember where we got to? He already had his revenge, hadn't he, on the headmaster of the school. Now he'd gone to the Edmund and Edmond's Emporium, and he just said the magic word for his friend, which was slime. So keep reading with chapter 15, Giant Jelly Babies. Slime! Nothing happened. The envy twins looked all around their emporium before returning their beady-eyed gaze to the boy. "Why are you shouting, boy?" demanded Edmond. "We are standing right here," added Edmund. A feeling of panic washed over Ned, as Slime was all the way up on the roof. It must not have heard. On his bike. There was only one thing for it. Shout louder. "I said I want to introduce you both to the wonderful world of slime," repeated Ned. Still nothing. Things were not going to plan. "Slime!" the boy shouted again. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. The envy twins shared a look. "Why, oh why do you keep shouting slime?" asked Edmond. "Because if you say it loud enough, it will magically appear." "Oh! Oh! Oh, indeed," agreed Ned. "Let's all try together on 3. 1, 2, 3. But before they could shout slime, slime appeared. It was gushing down the chimney and began flowing through the fireplace all over Envy's Emporium. Gurgle. "I'm sorry I'm late," Slime called out. "I was on the loo." Ned looked puzzled. He'd no idea Slime had to go to the loo. What would it pass? More slime? There wasn't time to think about that, as all at once the shop was awash with slime. "For Gurgle." "No!" shouted the pair, and this time it was Ned's turn to do the chuckling. Ha ha ha! The 2 men were up to their knees in the stuff. Slime whisked the boy up and placed him on the counter. "Out!" bellowed Edmond at the slime. "Shoo!" bawled Edmund. "Begone!" they both screamed, but still the slime was rising in the shop. Bejurgle, murgle. "Now, Slime," began Ned. "Yes, Ned," replied Slime as it was now coming up to their necks. "I want you to trans-slime into a dozen little children." "What?" exclaimed the envies. "Just a dozen, you say?" asked Slime mischievously. "Make it a nice round 100, replied the boy. "No!" cried the pair, but there was nothing they could do. In a moment, Slime began breaking up into 100 blobs. These blobs took the shape of hundreds of children. Soon there was an army of giant jelly babies. "Children!" screamed Edmond. "Children! Children everywhere!" "Now, kids," called out Ned, "help yourself to any toy in the shop." "No!" cried Edmund, but there was nothing to stop them. The children of every size, shape and colour began taking the toys off the shelves until Envy's Emporium was completely bare. The envy twins tried to stop the children by snatching toys back, but then another giant belly baby would come up behind them and give them a good old whack round the head with a toy. Boof! Owie! The biggest of the giant jelly babies ran to the counter, and Ned pushed himself onto his shoulders. "Squelch! Time to go!" ordered Ned. All the other giant jelly babies charged out behind him, all proudly holding their toys. Word must have spread around the aisle that something was going on at Envy's Emporium. The frizzy-headed girl was back, and this time she brought her friends. There were children from all over Mulch waiting outside the shop. The giant jelly babies handed the children a toy each. "Thank you, Ned. You're the best. This is brilliant. Serves the twins right." "Wow, cool!" shouted the children as they made off with the loot. Inside the shop, Edmund and Edmund were broken men. They fell to their knees and howled in despair. "Ooh!" Ned slowly opened the door before shouting through the gap. "Boo! Ah!" the twins screamed. Chapter 16. This perfect shade of green. From high in the sky, the island's park rolled into view. Slime had translimed into a pterodactyl, the flying reptile that had ruled the skies millions of years ago. Ned was riding astride its back with a smugtastic. William's dictionary has it, so please don't doubt its existence. What more proof could there ever be? Smugtastic grin on his face. A pterodactyl darkening the sky must have been a terrifying sight for anyone below in the park. Not that there ever were people in Mulch Park. That's because the park keeper forbade it. Aunt Greta Greed had appointed the old soldier Captain Pride as the island's park keeper. The man took such great pride in his kingdom, or parkdom, I admit it, I did just make that word up, one to add to Volume 2 of the Mighty William's Dictionary, which already runs to over 1 million pages. The parkdom that nobody was ever allowed inside. Keep off the grass is a sign you might see in a park. Keep off the path, less so. Keep off the park, never. There was no doubt that the park kept the most perfect park, not just on the island, but in the whole world. The grass was an exact shade of green. Not too brown, not too yellow, just green. If a blade of grass became in any way discoloured, Captain Pride would dangle himself over the lawn with his special Pride tackle. This was a piece of apparatus that Captain Pride himself, ex-member of the Queen's Guard, had invented. It consisted of a winch, a harness, and a series of ropes and pulleys. Pride's tackle allowed the captain to dangle over the grass without touching it. Then he would take out his 24-piece green felt-tip pen set with every shade of green imaginable and no other colour. From royal green to racing green, military green, forest green, mint green. Have a look at what other greens you can see there. Then, dangling just above the ground, the captain would colour in the discoloured blade of grass so it matched all the others perfectly. The park keeper was doing just that when he heard the flapping of prehistoric wings overhead. Flap, flap, flap. Of all the things the park keeper expected to see that day, a flying reptile was not one of them. In his army years, Captain Pride had witnessed many terrifying things while surfing in the jungle. He had woken up to discover a python slowly digesting his right foot as he slept. Ah! Sss! Being blasted in the bottom by a bazooka. Boom! Mamma mia! Tiptoed over stepping stones to cross the river, only to discover they were actually snapping crocodiles. Snap, snap, snap. Stumbled across a hoop of gorillas who were intent on playing kiss chase with him. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yup, yup, yup. Being caught in a stampede of elephants. Stamp, stomp, stomp. Then marched around as flat as a pancake for weeks. Looked in the mirror to shave his beard off, except on closer inspection it wasn't a beard. Oh no, it was a great big hairy caterpillar squatting on his chin. No! Yanked on what he thought was a toilet chain, only to find it was in actual fact the tail of a tiger. Rah! Put on his underpants, only to discover they were crawling with cockroaches. Munch, munch, munch. Come face to face with a hungry hippopotamus, the creature burped with such force it blew him clean over. Burp, thud. And most horrifyingly of all, opened the door of the wash tent only to be greeted by the sight of the old major taking a bath. For goodness sake, Captain, not next time, I'm in the nuddy wuddy. But Captain Pride had never, ever seen a pterodactyl, which was understandable that they'd gotten extinct millions of years before. Let alone a pterodactyl made of slime with a boy riding on its back. What the blazes! He bawled. In shock, his 24-piece green pen set tumbled to the ground, scatter, and he tried to snatch as his precious pens. He accidentally let go of the lever of his Pride's tackle. Yank! The rope spun through the apparatus. Roll! The next thing he knew, the captain found himself hoisted high into the air by his ankles. Whoosh! There he began swinging to and fro in a manner most unbecoming of a man of military bearing. Swish, swash, swish, swash. His head thumped a tree. Doink! His bottom slapped a rose bush. Rustle! Then, horror upon horror, the slime pterodactyl, or slimodactyl, this has the Williams Dictionary seal of approval, set its mighty feet down on the park's lawn, its mighty claws digging into the grass. No! Cried the Captain Pride, swinging himself hard as he could to set himself free from his tackle. Whoosh! This he did, although not without landing upside down in a hedge. Thunk! Oof! Can't you read the sign, you dinosaur? Captain Pride hollered as he brushed bits of hedge off his blazer and smoothed down his moustache. Keep off the grass! The pterodactyl trans-slimed back into being a blob. Ned slid off his friend onto the park bench, which had never, ever been graced with a bottom. After all, there was a huge sign that read, "Keep off the bench." "What the devil is that thing, boy?" demanded the captain. "It's my friend," replied Ned. "I'm Slime," said Slime. It reached out a blobby hand for the captain to shake. The man's nose wrinkled in disgust. From the bench, the boy looked down under his feet at the perfectly green grass. "The grass is looking especially green today, Captain Pride," he chirped. "I said off!" "I brushed that grass only this morning," protested Captain, waving a toothbrush from his breast pocket as proof. "You have another sign that says keep off the path," remarked Slime. "Yes," replied the captain. "Well, where can we stand then?" asked Slime. "Absolutely anywhere you like, as long as it's outside my park. Now be gone!" But the pair were in no mood to go. The two friends shared a smile. The naughtiness was about to begin. I wonder what naughtiness is going to happen. Let's see what next chapter is called, the Book of Park Occurrences. I wonder what's going to occur. I enjoyed reading those next few chapters to you guys. Hope you've enjoyed some sunshine today as well. Look forward to seeing some of you soon. In the meantime, remember the school motto: if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. Keep on smiling.